Welcome to Spotlight. Tonight we meet the man who's not got a master's in contemporary pantomime.
Oh yes, I have. My name is Jefferson Parlett and I look forward to telling you all about my unusual degree later in the show.
Now, if you think pantomime is all about Christmas, cheesy one-liners and not noticing the person behind you, think again. It's serious business and now you can do a master's degree in it. That's exactly what Jefferson Parlett has done, and he's one of only 4 people in the world with the paperwork to prove it. Plymouth born and bred, his dream is to perform on his home stage. He popped into the studio earlier. What I would really like to know, first of all, is how did you get into pantomime? I mean, do you love it?
I mean, love it is an understatement. Absolutely understatement. I remember seeing my first Panto, which was 2003. It was Gary Wilmot playing Dick Whittington and Dick. And I just knew this is what I wanted to do. There was something about him telling jokes, making people laugh, and people laughing, which just fueled me and excited me, and I just turned to my mum and dad and I said, I knew this is what I wanted to do. I have to get up on that stage and find out how to get involved.
I can see it in your eyes now, the way those sort of half moons are just full of just excitement and wonder, which is why you went on to do this Masters, which is, I think, the only course in the world. And there were 4 of you on it and you've qualified. What's involved?
Well, the course was sort of split up into 3 modules. So the first module looked at the history of pantomime, where it began, how it started. It took its influences from clowning and the harlequinade during the Victorian age. And then we looked at how that's modernised, how pantomime is contemporised for modern audiences today. And I was just in the forefront of seeing it how it works mechanically.
I mean, there's so much more to pantomime that really meets the eye. It's not just about making people laugh from the stage, is it? Although you do like the character parts and that's your aim?
Oh, big time, yes, big time. There's so much involved in terms of the scripts. I mean, for a lot of children, it's their first experience of live theatre, which, as it was for me. So you don't want it to be sort of full of jokes and naughty puns and crude lines. You've got to teach these kids lessons like being brave and being kind and not being greedy, like in Cinderella. Not to be selfish and just...
And modernising it for where you're playing to, the audiences, because I know that when it comes to Plymouth, for instance, they put in all sorts of local knowledge within the pantomimes to make it relevant.
Absolutely, and audiences thrive on it. When Brian Conley came down and did it, he said, "You eat me lovers?" straight on stage, and instantly he had the audience hooked.
There's that connection.
Exactly.
And that must be, Plymouth born and bred boy, that must be your ultimate to play on your home stage.
It would be a dream come true, absolute dream come true.
And your parents as well, probably.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, they said you're not coming back home to live with us until you get a big panto job. So,
well, I can see it in the programme now. Jefferson, it's great to chat to you. Thank you so much for coming in. Really interesting.
Thank you so much for having me on. Thank you.
Watch out for Jefferson. Really lovely to speak to someone with passion.